Hello everybody, how are you? This is attorney Charles Zavala from Zavala Texas Law here in Houston, Texas. I got a little video about immigration for you, more specifically about becoming a citizen, and even more specifically about the citizenship exam you have to take before you become a citizen. So in another video I explained the overview of what it takes to become a US citizen, the steps you're going to have to do. So now this video is going to be about once you're actually at an interview, because they will give you an interview, you have to pass an exam. And I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, I don't want to take tests, I don't want to have to study. It's fairly simple. And right now what I want to do in this video, I want to explain to you what's going to be on the test, how do you have to prepare, and then how you can move forward from there. Okay? And a little bit of the background. So when you apply for your citizenship or naturalization, the idea is saying, hey, you're telling USA, I want to become a citizen of your country. So the USA or USCIS, they're going to say, all right, we have no problem with that. If you're eligible, you qualify, you can apply. But they're going to say, listen, if you want to become a citizen of our country, it would make sense that you speak our language. You're able to speak, read, and write, and you know a little bit about our country, like a civics test. So I have lots of clients who contact me and they say, oh, that makes me nervous. I don't know if I can do that. So let me tell you what's going to happen. When you go to your interview, the process is going to be in English, right? The person sitting across from the table from you, the agent, the officer, the official, whatever you'd like to call them, they're going to be speaking to you in English. They're not going to be speaking with intense vocabulary like they're trying to trip you up. All they want to do is they're going to go through your application and just make sure that what's written there is who you are. So they'll ask you basic informations. Is this still where you live? Is this your name? Blah blah blah, basic stuff. But then let's get to the exam portion of it. So what they're going to do is they're going to give you, there's a few different ways they can test you, but you could either give you a piece of paper that says a sentence on it, right? And you have to read it. So for example, the question could be, today is, or not the question, what day is it today? Right? So the person applying for citizenship would read, what day is it today? And then the officer is going to ask them if you could write out the answer. So today is Wednesday. Or, it may not even be that complicated. But that's just the basic. They want to know that you can at least read and write a little. They're not going to ask you intense questions of paragraphs, nothing like that. It's very basic conversational, something that you would think that is kind of like the barrier to entry to speaking English, right? So that's not too bad. That's something that you can learn from watching movies, watching TV shows, listening to music. It's just basic communication, and you don't have to do it very quick. I have had many clients who, they have to take their time with what they do. No problem. There's no time limit on this. You just got to answer the question. So that's the English, whether you can speak, read, write, all that stuff. So it's not that difficult. You can work on that. The other part is the civics test. So this is kind of flashback to elementary school social studies, right? They're going to ask you questions about the USA, things that, to be honest, some things I have even forgotten. But what they want to do is they want to know, listen, if you're going to become a citizen, you need to know certain history, civic stuff of the USA. So a lot of people freak out about this because they're like, oh, I don't want to have to learn history, all that stuff. It's very simple. There's 100 questions that they could ask you. Before you hit the panic button, you're like, oh, 100 question test. No, there's 100 questions they could ask you. And it's public information, the questions they're going to ask you. Of those 100 questions, they're only going to pick 10 of them, right? 10 questions to ask you. And of those 10, you only have to get 6 right. It's not a very high bar, 60%, right? So you're going to probably be freaking out and say, oh, how do I know what these questions are? You can find that information online. You can give us a call. It's public information. And the questions they ask are, I don't want to say they're basic, but they're very foundation to the USA. They may ask you questions like, what do the stars represent on the flag, right? That's one question. Another question they may ask is, who is the president of the USA? They may ask you, who was George Washington? Things that are part of kind of being an American. So what I tell my clients is, don't worry. The questions are online. You just have to go memorize them and study them. Okay? So for anyone who's got a citizenship test interview coming up, or they're thinking about applying for citizenship, don't hit the panic button. Right? It's very simple. You can do it. It just takes a little bit of time, a little bit of practice every day, and you will eventually start to get better. So for the English speaking, writing, all that stuff, just watch TV, converse with people, listen to music. You'll be amazed at how a little bit over time you can get much better. As for the civics part, it's online, just study. Okay, so if you guys know anybody that's taking this test or want to apply, have them give us a call. We're more than happy to help them with their application, or at least be able to tell them, hey, what's next. But if you guys like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. Anything on YouTube, share, do anything like that. We're more than happy to help you. My name is Attorney Charles Zavala from Zavala Texas Law here in Houston, Texas. 832-819-3723. Feel free to give us a call if you need anything. Okay. Thank you and have a great day.